When the temperature drops, the heat begins to rise. At a time of year when many try to escape it, there are some who seek out the freezing cold and embrace it. Because in order to play one of the world's hottest sports, you have to start with a cold sheet of ice. And that's just the beginning. The better you get at this game, the more it rocks. Curling is a sport of skill and strategy, where success depends on a smooth delivery and nerves of steel. Because sometimes the margin of victory is so small, it's measured in millimeters. Tonight, more drama in this international round-robin tournament. Will Team USA have what it takes to grab crucial points in its pursuit of the American Cup? Or will we see another nation celebrating on American ice? Friday night is NBCSN Curling Night in America on NBCSN. NBCSN proudly presents another edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Eveleth, Minnesota, the proud host of NBCSN Curling Night this season. Hockey such a big part of this community, and at Curl Mesabi, the fans filing in. They are knowledgeable, passionate, and ready to root on some of the top curling squads in the world. Part of this showcase for the sport. Jason Knapp with you again, alongside 2006 Olympic bronze medalist and 8-time U.S. national champion Pete Fenson. Tanith White handling interviews with us along the sheets of ice. She'll be joining us once again shortly. It's draw number 8 of 9 in the overall mixed doubles, women's and men's competition. And in mixed, that means more action for the U.S. tandem of Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson, who have fared pretty well and gotten additional help after China was disqualified from a victory against Team USA for using an illegal broom earlier in the competition. And Pete, the 20-year-olds, Anderson and Dropkin, part of a bright young core of American curlers.
Yeah, that's right, Jason. Corey and Sarah have both really taken the plunge now and made a huge commitment to the game, and you can see their game elevating and the quality of their play improving all the time.
Anderson and Dropkin, the first time they played in this two-player format was at the 2015 U.S. Nationals, and they won it. Went on to finish in the top 5 at the World Championships in mixed a year ago. In this competition, they've got the lead here as well, on top of the mixed doubles standings by one over China, Scotland, and Japan. Overall, in this 4-country competition with action in mixed, men's, and women's play, the U.S. with a slim 1-point lead over China, with Scotland and Japan trying to rally in the standings. The overall winner of the NBCSN Curling Night in America Series wins the American Cup. So the participants rolling out for this one. Sarah Anderson carrying the flag for Team USA along with her partner Corey Dropkin. They'll face Jennifer Dodds and Alistair Schreiber representing Scotland. For more on tonight's game, let's check in with Tanith White.
Thanks, guys. Well, the last time these two teams faced off, it was the American duo of Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin who came away with the win. But when I spoke with Jennifer Dodds and Alistair Schreiber of Team Scotland, they told me that loss really only came down to one bad end. So they feel it could still go either way today, and they're hoping that the strategy of saving their power play until a little later in the match will help them turn the tables on the Americans. But when I spoke with Corey Dropkin of Team USA, he said they were in control early on the last time these two teams faced off, and he intends to do the exact same thing here today by making sure that they keep those draw weights down from the beginning of the match. So the challenge is set for both teams in this rematch.
Tanith, thanks. Expecting a good one. The United States will throw red rocks, Scotland yellow. And in this format, 2-player mixed doubles, things a little bit different. Less stones per end, just 6 for each team, and one of them for each squad get placed on the center line to begin.
Yeah, and with only 5 rocks being thrown, one player throws the first and the 5th, and the other player throws the middle 3. And the game has to be managed differently than it does the conventional game because it is so much shorter.
And the players you'll see are multitasking at times, throwing a stone, get up and sweeping their own rocks. It's a fun version of the sport that is catching on. And of course, it's been added to the docket for the next Olympics in 2018 in South Korea.
Wait, kid.
Here's Alistair Schreiber, 22 years old, born in Paisley, Scotland, lives in Glasgow. Watching his first thrown stone end up near the button. Let's meet Team Scotland.
Right top.
Jennifer Dodds, Edinburgh, Scotland.
Alistair Schreiber, Glasgow, Scotland.
Sarah Anderson will start throwing stones here for the United States from the Philadelphia area. Now a student at the University of Minnesota.
Where we at?
She and Dropkin, again, each 20 years of age.
Only wait. Switch. Whoa, switch. Whoa.
So one of the keys in mixed doubles, Jason, is to keep these early rocks in the end relatively high in the house so that they can use them later to advance them into the button.
How about we take time out to meet Team USA?
Corey Dropkin, Boston, Massachusetts.
Sarah Anderson, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania.
So the American team discussing some strategy as Scotland gets ready to put into play the first of 3 stones in a row for Jennifer Dodds, 24 years old, from Edinburgh. She was part of a Scottish team that finished second at the World Junior Championships in 2013 in the girls competition, and now here in mixed with her partner Alistair Schreiber.
Line's good.
Okay, Wayne needs to go.
You can go if you want to. Line's good.
Hey, Wayne's nice. Wayne's nice.
Normally you're giving the instructions for the front end, and right now she's giving the instructions to herself, but good to stay in that mindset.
Yeah, definitely an interesting part of this game. The thrower has to jump up and communicate and sweep to the person in the house.
Line was good. Just a hair heavy than.
Yeah.
Do you like just drawing right on top now? Or
What? Okay.
yeah, okay, let's just draw.
So Sarah Anderson starting things off for the United States, and that'll be Dropkin with the next 3. Here is the 20-year-old from Massachusetts. He's a student at the University of Minnesota Duluth. So he and his teammate Anderson within a couple-hour drive of one another,
14.
Looks kind of heavy,
able to get
right?
together to practice
T
sometimes,
back 4.
especially at the U.S. Curling National Training Center in
Yeah, back
Blaine near the Twin Cities. So we're underway in mixed doubles on the latest edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Thanks for joining us, and stay with us. NBCSN Curling Night in America is being brought to you by Liberty Mutual Insurance. See car insurance in a whole new light. And by USA Curling, where Olympic dreams begin.
Okay.
Opening end, mixed doubles, United States, Scotland. Scoreless. We'll see if that changes here. The United States with hammer to begin, looking to get there 2 if possible. Jennifer Dodds, her second of her 3-stone allotment here in the opening end in mixed doubles.
Line only.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Go. Nice shot. Good.
Should play off that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty well executed there by Jennifer Dodds, but you can see she's left a real short double for Corey Dropkin.
Whoa, wait.
Let's go with firm.
Corey will throw this relatively hard. He wants to just hit a piece of that first one.
Yep.
on the right-hand side, on the shooter's right.
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
Good call.
Sometimes it's easy to give chase when you're throwing a slow shot, but with one that had the pace of that, watch Corey have to get up and get after it.
It's like a track meet. He has to jump up and run down the sheet, basically trying to sweep this one for line.
Worked out pretty well for the United States.
Line only!
Whoa, 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 whoa. No, no. No.
Latest effort from Dodds.
Same way as last.
Yep.
A little bit more weight than they would have liked there, and
What do you think?
just weren't able to get the line right because of the extra weight.
Back.
How much weight you want?
It's staying pretty straight here. I think hack's fine.
Okay, I'll just throw to it.
I'm sorry?
You want me to just throw to it?
Throw back four, back four. If we hit the guard, that's fine. Okay, I'm playing you tight here.
Okay.
Sarah would like to come down, have Corey come down and tap this red onto the yellow and maybe move it a little bit. They have a chance to get it out of the 4-foot.
Whoa, whoa,
Weight's good. Back 4, back 8.
whoa,
You have to be real careful here on this part of the ice. They haven't gotten a lot of curl. It's been a little bit straight right there in that track. And he was pretty heavy there too. They're looking for back 4, and he had enough weight to get it through the house.
Do you like that hand?
You played this hand, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
Just edge of 8.
Yeah.
U.S. with hammer. Still the possibility to get there too. Last rock coming up here for Scotland.
For the Scots now, they're just throwing the in-turn draw, trying to come down and freeze right on the face of that American stone on the button and make any sort of draw for 2 as difficult as possible.
Again, closest stone to the button, the center of the house,
Okay, line's all there, I think.
the circle of rings.
Weight's good.
The amount of your stones closer than your opponent's nearest stone, that's how many you score. And when you have hammer, always love to get 2 or more. See how Scotland can defend as the U.S. has the last shot advantage here in the first.
Hard! Go, go, go! Really hard, go, go,
They had
go.
to wait for that late finish and just weren't able to get that rock to go the right distance.
For 2.
Yep.
Okay.
So they've left Sarah just
Sure.
a draw to her own on the
Okay.
button for 2.
Pretty straight, actually.
Edge 8 should be okay with good weight. Throw
Okay.
top 8, top 4.
Yeah, exactly.
(2015) excellent year for Sarah Anderson. Won this U.S. mixed doubles title with her partner Corey Dropkin. Also part of the U.S. Junior Girls Championship
Where
ring.
we at?
Pretty good.
Yep.
Couple of World
Clean.
Championship
Clean.
experiences for her with those respective teams.
6.
Whoa. Switch. Switch. Okay, go if he needs it. Line's great. Whoa if you can. Whoa if you can. Whoa if you can.
There's
Yep.
it starts to slow down. We can see it curl.
Good throw. 2.
Good enough to get there too. The Scots are gonna just make sure, and they agree. A deuce on the board in the opening end. That's the way to start here on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Two in the first for the U.S. and the early advantage on Scotland in this game of 2. Mixed doubles between the Americans and the Scots.
Yeah,
I don't mean to be. Talk about that.
I probably see the other one needs to be slightly over this way then.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, just a touch.
That way?
Yeah.
Okay.
So in this game of mixed doubles,
Thanks.
again, you start with a rock of each team on the center line.
Like
And
this?
Dodds and Dropkin just wanted to make sure everything was on the up and up.
Yeah, they have little spots placed in the ice where the rocks are positioned, so before every end, the players just make sure that they're placed in the right spot.
There's also a power play that each team can use once in a game of mixed doubles. We'll talk more about that when it applies for each team. The rock's placed out to the side to generate some more activity, hence the power play term.
Line's great.
And with the power play being
Go if you need.
a relatively new part of this game, the players are just kind of starting to figure out when the best time to use that is.
This game really starting to catch on. Get added to the Olympic schedule for 2018. Pete, I know you've kind of experimented with it a little bit. How does it differ overall from the feel of the game, the thinking process, from what you see in a normal 4-player per side game?
Well, it's quite a bit different. We've played a couple different versions of this. We've actually played a 4-person game as well, so that way it's a little bit more like the conventional game with more communication. There's 4 players on each team to communicate, even though 2 are throwing. This way, there's only one other teammate that you can kind of talk to and figure out strategy and line and things like that. So definitely different than the conventional way that this game has been played.
So the Scots trying to freeze that one
Okay.
on top of the U.S. Stone.
This side's not curling great, Mount. Can we go the other way?
Okay.
We see our nose is pretty good.
Where'd you have me?
It's so hard.
Less
Yeah,
players
a little
involved,
bit less.
less kind of margins
more.
for you.
I wanna be
If
on the
somebody's
right side of
off
it.
in a
Okay.
4-player game, the other 3 can kind of make up the difference. But if half of your team is really off in a game like this, it's got to be hard to kind of really pick up the pieces.
Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more critical for all members of the team to be playing
Could be a
well.
little hot. Wait's okay.
Room.
Top 8, top 4.
Switch, yeah. Only wait. Only wait. Whoa. Yep. Yep. Line's good. Line's good.
Decent.
Good throw.
Pretty good result there. Corey was trying to get that
He scraped past the
frozen up on top of the nose as best as he could.
Shot now. Just back 4.
Yep.
Because even if you nose tap it, it's not awful.
What?
Even if you nose tap, it's pretty decent.
Okay.
So even more than the 4-person game, mixed doubles is much more reliant on angles and freezes and soft weight tap backs.
Line's good.
Okay, line's pulling a wee bit more than back 4.
Take a gander at what Dodds has in mind with this attempt.
Yeah, probably nice weight actually.
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Can you get whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa.
They'd like to get inside the nose a little if they could.
Nice shot.
How do the angles look?
I just sit right on top of it.
Well, things looking
Okay.
pretty good so far.
Same way.
The U.S. has had all the angles covered, 2 in the first and the lead. El Curl Masabi featuring some of the world's best curlers taking their top shots. Downtown Eveleth, meantime, has its own vaunted venue featuring shooting and scoring. Better known to the locals as the Hip, the Eveleth Hippodrome has served as the epicenter of the town's obsession with hockey since 1921. It's not only the town's primary hockey spot, it's a veritable shrine to one of the most concentrated pockets of hockey talent in the history of the sport. Among the countless trophies, artifacts, and tributes to the great players and teams that have skated on this ice, it's the very first Minnesota High School Hockey State Championship trophy won by, who else, Eveleth, 70 years ago this year. And for those of you keeping track at home, they went on to win 4 of the next 6. From one winter sport to another, NBCSN's Curling Night in America returns after this. The United States looking for a victory in mixed doubles. Early deuce in the first, helping the cause. And the U.S., with Scotland having the hammer, trying to avoid letting the Scots back into this game early.
Line
How's
forward,
line?
tight.
Tug over, good.
Okay, okay. Where? Close.
If Corey can get this one frozen on top,
Yep. Hard.
Top 4.
at a good angle,
Go. Hard.
it gives the U.S. team a good chance to
Right to it.
force the Scots to take one.
Nice shot.
Cool.
Good. Sweet there.
I was about to say, is there something off that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that.
Hot.
Yeah.
Jennifer Dodds is throwing hack weight, trying to push her stone into those two red ones. I don't think she can see it all, but I think if she could hit it a little bit harder, those reds will move. Her yellow one is frozen in there pretty safely for now.
Play a nice hack, actually.
Good shot.
Good shot.
There you see she was able to bounce the red stone out a little ways and loosen those up a little bit.
I don't mind. Yeah.
Corey Dropkin,
I don't mind even the big
two-time
roll
U.S.
here.
junior champion.
Okay. Control.
Part of winning rinks in 2012 and 2013. Twice finished fifth in those years of the World Junior Championships. Again, a passionate guy, looks up to one of the curling greats as his favorite sports athlete. Guy by the name of Pete Fenson. You ever heard of him?
Hard.
Also a fan of the great American soccer player Taylor Twellman.
Get hard. Yep.
Don't think Taylor was as adept on the ice as Mr. Fenson.
What?
U.S. trying to gum things up here for Scotland.
Okay.
Yeah, Corey actually, you can see here, he taps that Scottish stone up to frozen.
Yes, hard. Yep.
He hits this one, first one, just a little bit thin, and right there moves it in to freeze the second one on top of the pile.
A big gaggle of stones, center of the house right now.
Whoa.
I think it needs to go.
Only for weight.
No, it's fine then.
Close though. Yep. Okay.
I think we guard that side.
The one thing that's working in favor of the U.S. team is that rock in the back of the forefoot.
Yeah, let's guard here.
Or should we come in here?
But they still hit it.
It's actually
I like going
preventing
high.
What do
the
they
red
have
one
for
from leaving the
launcher?
They
rings.
had to hit this hard. This might even go out, and it'd only be for one, maybe. This two, for two. For here, they could hit this hard.
Looks like Scotland probably has a little bit more available on the left side of the sheet as we look at it from the overhead.
It's a tough shot. So what do you think? What do you want to give him? Let's just go on right here. Guard's fine.
Yeah, light's okay here. So, do you prefer the guard or the one on the top four?
I don't mind guard just because if you end up not curling much and leave it here, they have the slash.
So, guard?
Yeah, sure.
It looks like that red rock in the back of the button is second shot right now. So Sarah's just going to attempt to guard anything on the shooter's right. It may be available for the Scots.
Careful.
2,
Just clean. Just clean.
Looks like the weight's pretty good.
How's line?
Nice and short
Fine.
of the house.
It's hard though.
So thin.
So now, all that's left is this one red rock on the
So counting less than
right
it.
side of the sheet.
And then you have to make sure you don't hit that.
Yeah.
What about try this? Onto 3.
Yeah.
There may be a long
straight
run
though.
back here.
Yeah.
It's not, if we clatter the other one, it doesn't, that
No, it
yellow's
doesn't do
never moving,
anything.
is it?
I think
What
if
hand you on?
Scotland makes
right,
contact
okay.
with third shot in the top of the button, they probably can salvage a score or 2 out of this end.
Try that?
Yeah.
I said, make it here more.
Just need to hit it a little high of the nose, run it back onto the rock on the top of the button.
First crack with the last shot. Hammer advantage for Scotland in this game. What can they do with it?
Yep. Whoa, whoa. Fine.
One.
And couldn't get it. Still, that Scottish stone square in the button is the one that counts. So the Scots on the board. U.S. still up 2-1 after 2 from Curl Masabi in Evelyn, Minnesota.
Yep.
Tune in next week to the exciting series finale, Friday, March 4th, as Jamie Sinclair and the American women seek to close things out against Team Scotland, and the overall points-winning nation is awarded. Friday night is Curling Night in America on NBCSN. Back in northern Minnesota for more of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Curl Masabi, the place, and our current race on NBCSN Curling Night in America is in mixed doubles. 2 in N1 for the U.S., 1 in N2 for Scotland. N3, just about ready to go. 2 stones set in place, no power play decided for either team yet. Just the 2 on the center line to begin play here in mixed doubles. Jason Knapp, Pete Benson, Kenneth White. Another edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America.
Go there.
And Alistair Schreiber.
Line's good. Close. Whoa.
Weight's good.
Yep.
We mentioned Corey Dropkins.
Raise it.
Sporting hero was our own Pete Fenson.
Hard.
Alistair Schreiber
Everyone.
also likes a strong curling presence.
And the forfeit.
It's not you this time, Pete.
Okay.
It's our good friend Kevin Martin, Olympic gold
Top
medalist
four,
from
top eight, top bad,
2010 in Vancouver, and our Olympic broadcasting compadre from 2014 in Sochi. And Schreiber says his goal is to win a medal at the Winter Olympics, much like his countryman David Murdoch did in Sochi, winning
Where we at?
silver for Team Great Britain.
Line's good. We got room.
7, 8.
Clean.
All there. All there.
Whoa, we have room. We have room. We have room. Line's getting better. Top house. Top house. Get ready to finish.
It's
Whoa.
there. It's there.
Okay, whoa. Good throw.
Just follow it.
So the teams have picked up in this game that one side actually has a little more curl in it, and we heard in the last end, Corey asked for the out turn going home, and here we see Sarah Stone, the in turn, which is in that track that swings a little bit more. Here you can see a nice shot of that finish in that draw.
So both teams have probably recognized that by this juncture of the game. Are you strategizing to either play to that side or force your opponents away from that side? How do you go about it when one side looks to be so much different?
Yeah, in this case, one team can definitely use that as a weapon to their advantage, that there's curl on one side of the sheet. You know, if they can get a rock to go in there where it curls and make it more difficult on their opponent, maybe force them to play a shot on the straighter side of the sheet.
Whoa,
Dodds,
Switch if you can.
and the first of her 3 consecutive shots. Again, one player shoots first and fifth in an end after the 2 stones are placed to start.
Just there.
Their partner shoots 2, 3, and 4 among the thrown rocks.
Nice shot.
Nice shot.
Nice touch there by Dodds. Just moving that American stone behind the button.
Oh.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Should we peel?
Yeah, let's just straight peel or?
You try to clip some of that. Up to you.
Yeah,
Peel and roll to a corner guard.
Yeah, peel it this way.
A little less, please.
So with Hammer here, Corey and Sarah recognize that things aren't set up real good for them, so they're gonna peel the front, try and run it in and make contact with some of those rocks in the house.
Whoa, whoa.
Nice
There we
shot.
go.
Oh, so many rocks.
Nice shot by Corey. Things look a lot better now for the American team.
The combination working well for Team USA.
As well.
Do you like barrier?
Too bad that one
Yep.
didn't stick around a little bit.
Yeah, outside.
There you see they opened up the 4-foot, got rid of that front guard.
Solid throw.
Every rock in motion on that play.
Dead weight.
Whoa. Whoa, whoa.
Hand roll over to this.
Nice try. Hard in the roll. Hard.
With everything opened up now, Scotland has elected to just kill that American stone on the 4-foot and lie 2.
Either that or draw.
I like the hand roll.
Okay.
Let's just play control at it.
Corey now with the out turn, just trying to hit and roll off of this rock on the button and try and get his shooter under cover.
Whoa, yep. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa.
Good call.
Another good one by Corey.
Just hack, eh?
Yeah. Have we had a hack down this path?
U.S. team feeling
Yeah,
good
Just hack.
Yeah.
with the lead with Hammer,
Good throw.
looking to continue to take it to Scotland.
Send it to Carl.
Whoa. It needs to, it's on it, but it needs to swing. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Trying to hold the shooter.
Sorry.
Alright.
Just leave that.
Yeah.
I don't mind the draw now.
Yeah.
This way.
That's a tough shot.
Because you didn't want to hit the
I'm
guard
thinking middle 8.
and so
I'm thinking a little bit more.
it would have really, I'd have to scrape past the guard to be honest to get inside row. But to be honest, they're making the first and they're just weekend.
So you can see the amount of ice Corey has for this draw. Looking for about 4 feet of curl.
How's line?
Line's pretty good. Close. Yep. Line's good. Close.
Weight's good.
Room. Close.
Like this to stop somewhere in the top of the 4-foot,
Whoa,
or
T.
about that depth.
Whoa.
I've got it.
Shit.
Good throw.
It's to go, isn't it?
Top of the 4-foot, the aim. Back of the 8-foot, the result.
And what they've done by going that deep now is allow Scotland to come down and freeze. Maybe even tap the American
what I can
stone
see
back
from
and
the
lie 2.
Because I might be able to play the same shot as you.
Yeah, I think you probably see about half. I was a wee bit heavy.
I can see half stone.
Okay, let's go for hat. Because if you roll it here, that's great.
Yeah.
So this is relatively similar to the shot that Jennifer Dodds threw on her last shot. They should know how much it'll curl.
Okay, we'll just
Not heavy.
Right off. Curling. Trying. You got it, it's fine. Great shot.
Shot.
And with that tap out,
You want me to sweep or you want me to hold?
Scotland will force
You can hold it.
Okay.
Sarah Anderson from Team USA to draw for one.
Throw it here.
It was really hanging out there for a while. But it just shows the difference. You were probably like true happy, mine was more like a barrier. I know you just standing there like this.
Scots can giggle and relax in the back about their last couple of shots because they've done what they can
Deep breath,
do
you got it.
to hold the U.S. in check with hammer. Either Sarah Anderson's going to draw for one, or they're going to end up in a pretty good position with a steal of something.
T-line.
Sarah just has to get this to the 8-foot for one.
Take a look, take a look, take a look, take a look. Take a look, take a look. Nice weight. Atta girl. Get a 405. Atta girl. Yep.
To the button, and the U.S. will take its one. The lead stretched out to 3-1 through 3 on NBCSN Curling Night.
Yeah.
Two in the first, one in the third, and the U.S. has a 3-1 lead on Scotland. The latest edition of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Mixed doubles on display. The team of Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson leading Scotland's Jennifer Dodds and Alistair Schreiber. Sarah Anderson getting ready. The go sign is there. The two stones on the center line to start play here in this end of mixed doubles. The action continues on the other sheets of ice, part of the overall four-nation competition.
Line's pretty good.
Men's
Might be
action,
all
women's
white.
play, and
Yep.
mixed doubles will round up the
Yep,
scoring
yep.
of this latest draw coming up later on in our show.
Line's good.
Typical start here. Corey and Sarah just trying to get the first one as close to frozen as they can.
Yeah, top four. Springs a wee bit more this side.
I think maybe a hair less than that. I'll be the same.
Okay. Okay, line's all there. Switch if you can. Whoa. Whoa, wait till there, wait till there.
Alistair Schreiber trying to get this draw past that one Sarah just threw into the top of the 4-foot.
Go, 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 go. Nice shot.
What called?
A little tap fine.
I forgot to stop it.
You think the tap on ours is there?
I was just trying to.
Yeah, I
It's-
like that.
Can't see much of it.
Tap ours.
You can't really see too much of it. Oh, we got about a quarter.
I like freezing then.
Okay.
But then you keep the back yard. And then
Corey now trying to follow
T.
Whoa.
Scotland down and just freeze right on top.
Whoa. Close.
T.
Close. Yep.
Back 4.
Whoa, whoa.
Trying not to bounce off.
Curl. Not awful.
But moved it to the back of the forefoot, so
Yeah. Well, we had a hack down here last day.
it's not terrible.
Probably just the
Does
same,
leave
but we had
this
a nice wee
little tap
from
and
it.
roll for Jennifer Dodds. She can see the entire rock plus a few inches.
Like that.
I'd maybe say a smidge more. Yeah.
So this will just be played as a heavy draw. Jennifer's just trying to come down and get to the inside of that American stone and tap it out of the forefoot and roll partway into the guard.
No, no. Whoa. Whoa, whoa. No, no, never. Close. Whoa, whoa.
It's important to get the weight right so that they get the finish on this shot that they need.
All right.
Oh, shit.
Jennifer Dodds. Good catch. Almost
I don't
took a
mind that.
tumble.
Sorry. Yep.
If he knows it's not awful, but try to get that
Job
double.
hazard sometimes on the ice.
How much weight?
Normal or control? What do you like?
I don't mind a firm control.
Corey just trying to clean this up a little now and get rid of a couple of those Scottish stones. Firm control, he said, so just nice take out weight. Isn't throwing it overly hard.
Whoa. Close. Yep.
Good call.
Nice shot.
2 of the 3 yellows out of the house.
Yeah?
Same weight, same throw.
Okay.
Dodds now just trying to catch about 2/3 of this rock and roll under cover.
Yep. High, 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 high. High, high. Nice shot.
Oh, got a little break off the back side of that red rock. Rolled right to the button.
That would be a bonus.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
guess
they
top four's
were
not bad.
looking at that, but it came off at the
All
right
right.
angle.
That's actually worked out
Just
really
clipped
well.
the backside.
He always has off the back one.
Yeah.
Good shot.
Thanks.
Touch of luck. Never hurt anyone. Fortunate carom, Scotland trying to get a 2 to tie the U.S. here in this 4th end.
Corey just wants to get this draw into the top of the button now.
Close.
Weight's pretty close.
Line.
Top 8, top 4.
Close. Right here. Line's good.
Just a bit of a setup shot.
Yep. Up to you. Line's good. Top 4. Whoa.
Sit.
Really hard. Go, go, go. That's fine. It's corner there.
Same now.
Is it their shot?
Yeah, just follow it down. Just hair tap, but just throw
Okay.
a tee.
Can I tap back at all?
Just throw a tee.
Okay.
There were no more stones to throw. That'd be probably a measurement to see which one was shot rock. See if that holds. Expect things to change here with the final 3 stones to come, including this one from Dodd.
You really need to switch. Whoa. Wait. No.
Scotland isn't trying to move.
Oh, no, Sarah. Yeah, go down. Go.
Sorry. All right.
They did move it. Missed it.
Yeah, this is fine. This isn't bad at all. Pro side to hair light.
What'd you say?
Pro side to hair light.
Yep.
Is that the same as you said?
So the Scots have opened the door for Team USA here a little bit.
And just heavy out of hand, and as we've seen before, that line just never got good for Scotland.
Line's good.
Bit light.
Yep. Where? Yep. Clean.
2.
Said light was pro side, so this is mostly a line shot.
What way are you running to play?
Just trying to guard up that
What weight?
button.
All right, okay, that's fine. How much can you see of it? I think you can only see an edge.
I can see. Yeah, just the third.
Do you like a firm hack?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Just play your usual hack. I think
Scotland looks to have a chance for 2 here.
Yep.
They have to just
Just
clip
normal
the
hack.
outside of that yellow rock on the side of the button and move the red rock back a foot or so. It's a little tricky, but looks to be there. You can't see very much of it.
Yep. Whoa. No. That did not move an inch. I'll give you that. Okay.
So a miss on one side for Scotland and a miss on the other to end the end.
Stay a little bit closer.
And those 2 in the middle do come into play. Give the U.S. 1
One hand.
and a steal for the United States. Add another one to the American lead. It's 4-1 at the midway point. On NBC Curling Night in America, mixed doubles, Dropkin and Anderson looking for another W at Curl Masabi. So halftime of our match this evening, always a good time to go get a refreshment, and Tanith White went in search of one here.
I'm here at the bar at Curl Masabi, a popular site at any curling match. And when it comes to small town hospitality, the city of Eveleth has plenty to go around. Warm welcomes, friendly faces, and a community that's proud to support its own makes Eveleth the perfect site for Curling Night in America. And nobody celebrated it better than Margie's Roosevelt Bar.
In the mining towns, they've always had the local saloons were the places that they wanted to get together and visit. And Margie's has been here. It was actually moved in from Sparta, Minnesota by horses many years ago. And it's always just been a place that people gather.
Everyone is about having a good time. You know, they're hard workers. It's a mining community.
I've been up to Eveleth for tournaments for a long time now, and every time I'm here, they treat you like you're your brother.
It's fantastic. I love coming home, and I consider the entire Iron Range area, which is this area, my home, because that's where I grew up. And really being able to come here and represent the United States in front of these people and having that support on the ice, it's just been fun.
Stick around. More of NBCSN Curling Night in America when we come back. NBCSN Curling Night in America is being brought to you by the United States Olympic Committee. Get the latest Team USA gear and support our athletes at the same time at TeamUSAShop.com. And by Cryomax 8-hour cold packs, proud sponsor of the USA Curling National Team. Here at halftime on NBCSN Curling Night in America, the United States in mixed doubles, a 4-1 lead for the team of Dropkin and Anderson against the Scots. Other action here in this latest draw, Japan in mixed doubles, thumping China at the break 7-1. Next week, the season finale of NBCSN Curling Night in America. Jamie Sinclair and the U.S. women featured in our premier match against Scotland, but John Schuster and the American men, the mixed doubles team for the U.S., all of those squads try to gain valuable points in the overall competition, the quest for the American Cup. What's it like to try to learn the sport of curling? Well, we asked somebody who should be familiar with ice, our Tanith White, Olympic silver medalist in ice dancing.
All right, I'm here with U.S. men's coach, Phil Drobnik, and he has been so kind to walk me through my very first curling lesson. So, Phil, what are the basics that I need to know before we give this a try?
So first off, it's balance. Balance is the key to any curling slide or curling delivery, and the balance comes from your core. You'll utilize your broom, and when you're sliding out, you'll have the rock in your right hand. We do a counterclockwise or a clockwise rotation, and that will get you your curl in sense, which is why it's called curling.
All right, you ready to give this a shot?
Yep, let's try it. So you're going to take your right foot, place it into the hack, just like that, and you're going to get down in the crouch position.
All right.
Okay, from the crouch position, we're going to do a lunge. Hips up, back, and out.
Whew.
There you go,
Butterfly.
just like that. I think you're ready for your stone.
Oh, it's heavy.
It's heavy.
Oh my goodness.
So let's go through the steps. Okay, up. Yep, got it. Let it go. There you go. Nice. You're making it look too easy.
There it goes. Now I got to get up and chase it, right? It's a good thing I'm not in the mixed doubles event.
If you're in the mixed doubles, you'd have to run up and sweep it. There you go. It's even going to get in play.
Is everyone seeing this?
Over the hog line. Just as easy as that.
That's
Good
good
job.
coaching right there. That's what that is. How do you think I did for my first time?
I think you did great. So congratulations, you're an official Rockhead.
Oh, thank you.
Rockheads of the world rejoice. The newest member, Tanith White. The Rocks are ready to roll again in a moment. Curl Masabi, the action ready to resume on NBCSN Curling Night in America from Eveleth, Minnesota. The U.S. scoring in 3 of the first 4 ends. It's a 4-1 advantage over Scotland. Let's check in with Tanith.
Thanks, guys. Well, moments ago, I spoke with U.S. coach Derek Brown, and he said he's very happy with the way his team is playing. They had a solid practice, won the hammer, a great first end, and he told me they've been talking a lot of strategy as this tournament has gone on, and this is the first match where he really sees all of those details coming together. So he's hoping they simply stay on track now through the second half. Back to you guys.
Tanith, thank you. Rocks in place here to start off this end. Still no power play called for by either team. We'll see when they utilize it in this mixed doubles format. And that strategy talk for Derek Brown, coach of this team of Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson. Good for a lot of players. Oldest of the 4 players in this game, 24, all getting great international experience and able to kind of talk their way with additional voices through the game.
Yeah, that's right. And even though Corey and Sarah are reigning national champions, this is still a relatively new game. So the way it's played is a little different. They just want to make sure that they're not missing any details.
Wait, looks here.
Over 90% efficiency so far, shooting for Sarah Anderson.
Never touch.
Yeah, Sarah's played a great game so far. She's really done a good job of setting the team up with the first rock and done a great job of closing the ends with the last one.
Yep. All the way, all the way, all the way. Okay, sweet.
The other good fortune for a lot of the players involved in mixed doubles at this competition and in the growth of this part of curling, it's great experience they may not get if they're stuck behind other top players in the country. If you're Alistair Schreiber, David Murdoch, who won silver in Sochi, is one of the lead players. Tom Brewster, who's leading the men's team at this competition, is a 2-time world silver medalist. So if you're not part of their ranks, another chance for Schreiber to get great international flavor.
Yeah, it's a good time for them to really showcase their talents and show off how good they can play this game.
Okay, well, it's coming nicely.
And Schreiber's shown some pretty good skill from what we've seen.
Yep, hard. Go, go, go.
He and Dobbs have been solid, but Dropkin and Anderson have been terrific thus far in this game.
Yep.
So the U.S. team recognizes that their opponent's rocks on the top of the 4-foot are potentially dangerous. So Sarah has asked Corey to just come down and tap that rock to the back of the 4-foot.
T.
Where is it? Whoa.
Back 4.
Whoa. Mine's good. Mine's good shot.
Back 8.
It's good.
Whoa, whoa. Good.
Yeah.
Nicely done there by Corey. You can see that rock is tapped right to the back of the 4-foot next to the other one. Leaving his own stone in the top corner of the 4-foot, something he can possibly use later in the end.
Okay, weight's fine.
Whoa if you can. Whoa.
They need swung.
Whoa. 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 Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yep. Nice shot.
So the mixed play continues here. U.S. leading Scotland 4-1, looking for another big win on NBCSN Curling Night.
Sorry, just standing.
Scotland in a 3-point hole to Sarah Anderson and Corey Dropkin of the United States. Team USA looking to score for the 3rd straight end. Two 20-year-olds, great part of a young core of USA curlers that are starting to get more and more experience and have greater success on the international stage.
Right there.
Close. Yep.
Only line.
Whoa.
Only line.
Whoa.
Just it.
Corey trying to come down and take advantage of this pocket that they've set up in the back of the 4-foot. Wanting to just get another rock in there that's hard to remove.
I don't mind that.
You don't like it?
I don't mind it.
Okay.
Just that's probably easier, to be honest.
Yeah, but we got more options this way. If I know that we hit and roll, if I'm wide, we can like jam it in.
Probably hack then.
Yeah, I like hack, yeah.
So instead of the out-turn freeze, Jennifer Dodds has elected to throw the in-turn tap on this rock in the top corner of the house.
Yep.
And as she said, more options available. She came off, caromed off of that red rock and rolled right into the button.
Okay.
Just a little sweeping right at the end to hold the line to make sure they clip that rock in the top of the 4-foot and spin in for shot rock.
Big it a little bit less, Sarah.
I gave you here last time and it was a bit heavy.
I'd rather sweep it to it.
Okay, you got it.
So having hit it as soft as they did, they left their stone up in the corner there for future if needed.
It's close.
Whoa!
top 4.
Wait.
T. Want me to switch?
Go ahead. No switch. Mine's good. Yep.
Wait, really nice.
Yep.
Only line.
Whoa.
Only line.
Yep. Just chip it a little. Chip it a little. That's fine.
Good call.
Another good one in position for Team USA.
Okay.
Need to move it a bit, probably.
Uh-huh.
Just back line.
Okay.
See all those rocks in the back of the 4-foot now being taken advantage of.
Couple 100 pounds of granite in the house right now. 42 pounds per stone.
Whoa. Close. Yep. Okay.
Tried again with the last minute sweep, tried to catch a little of that yellow
Yeah, I don't even mind.
and redirect the shooter.
Oh, you sit right on this?
Yeah, because then how they get this out.
Yeah, just give me the same ice as you.
Okay.
The Scots struggling a little bit with the speed, with weight issues.
Should be close.
The American team's been a little bit more accurate with their draw weight,
Nice and easy.
and therefore the 4-1 lead.
Every stone in this end still in play. And all but one in the house.
I have something under my rock.
May have heard Sarah Anderson saying something a little unusual on the rock, just trying to make sure that that surface is smooth. Back down on the ice.
So before every throw, the shooter turns the rock over and makes sure the running
She's hot.
surface is
She's really hot.
completely clean of debris. Any little foreign
Right
object
off.
will make the rock veer
Where we
off
at?
course.
Clean.
9.
Last
Whoa.
word you want to hear
Got it,
out of a
girl.
shooter's hand is pick.
Yeah, never
Whoa.
what you're looking
Whoa.
for.
Come on, a little more.
We often see the sweepers cleaning the ice to make sure nothing happens underneath the running surface.
Just catch this one thing. Redirect.
But can I get by that one doing that?
Don't know, it's tight.
I don't think I can.
It is
I
a
don't think
packed
so.
house with one rock
I
remaining.
don't think I can get by that, catching that right.
I think you could do this anyway.
Wait, you do it on there and look, there's just a line that's
Like not full, just like barrier.
I was thinking even just hack and scrape by the guard.
Okay, just punch it through this gap.
Yeah.
Have a look at how much you can see.
Scott's looking for a way to remove shot rock from the top of the button.
You can see a bit of this, I think. Just like
I can see a bit on that side, yeah.
Yeah. Like that?
Yeah, like that.
You can see there a pretty
Same way
small
you
hole
played last
between the
game.
center guard and the red rock in the top corner of the 4-foot. They were talking about coming off of that rock.
Scotland would love to escape with something in its favor in this end. U.S. maybe with a miscue could add to its lead. And it is another point for Team USA. Call the cops. Back-to-back steals for the United States. And their lead advanced to 5-1.
Both guards are way down, so I don't keep it.
Tune in next week to the exciting series finale, Friday, March 4th, as Jamie Sinclair and the American women seek to close things out against Team Scotland, and the overall points-winning nation is awarded. Friday night is curling night in America on NBCSN. Consecutive thefts of one from the United States. Team USA has scored in 3 straight ends. Added up, it's a 5-1 advantage over Scotland. The Scots do have the hammer again, but that necessarily hasn't been a good thing so far in this game. Hoping that changes here in the 6th. Jason Knapp, Olympic bronze medalist Pete Fenson, and Tanith White, and our NBCSN Curling Night in America crew. Thanks for joining us for the latest in our series this season.
Line's good. Top 4.
We get to see a little different look this end now, Jason, with the power play in effect. Sarah's still going to throw the first one to the middle. The Scots are not allowed to remove it from play. Not until the first delivered stone of the end.
Once per game in mixed doubles, the team's allowed to put 2 stones away from the center line and off to the side, in a sense, to generate some more offense.
Yeah, to generate some offense and maybe change the momentum of the game. It opens up the center of the sheet and gives the team with the hammer a little bit better chance at scoring.
Alistair Schreiber hoping to find a way to make his last shot count. He shoots first and last among the 5 thrown stones for the Scots.
You want to do a tight guard or?
Yeah, that's not bad.
All the way up. All the way up.
That works. 3.
Either a tight guard or chip it in.
Still struggling with weight control a little bit. See, that was intended to be a corner guard.
Let's make it.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Yep. Yep.
Wait till hot.
Yep.
Got hit then.
Yep. 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 Yep.
Corey's playing the chip on his own corner guard. He can't remove it either yet. Oh, but contact in the house helped him out nicely there. See, he opened up the rock on the side of the 8-foot.
Corey adept at sweeping and talking while sweeping.
Even I don't mind trying to freeze that one.
Trying to blurt out some instructions to Sarah Anderson while brushing like a fiend.
Finally made one.
I give it a wee bit less. It's okay.
Line's good.
Okay, needs to go for weight.
Jennifer Dodds now with a freeze attempt, trying to get one in between those 2 red rocks.
Well, looks fine. You're just speaking out. Whoa. Okay.
That time the weight was pretty good, but trouble with the line.
I'm feeling more like normal.
Normal's fine.
Looks like Corey can punch this right through that hole.
Close. Whoa. Whoa. Clean. Yep. Yep. Whoa.
Should we get a big roll? Not bad.
Okay.
Good call.
Good throw. Even the top one's okay too.
Yeah, corner freezing the top one's nice as well.
Corey could have played a big roll there as well and tried to roll that top red out of the way. Scots will try and use that to their advantage now.
Okay, wade's good.
Just here, line's good. Line's good for here as well. Yep, yep. Yep.
Trying to freeze on one of those red rocks. Preferably the one on the button.
Alright. Good seat.
Normal again. Hit it right here, okay?
Okay.
Probably bounce off this.
2 or 3?
2.
So Corey's just trying to kill this Scottish stone.
Yep.
He wants to punch it through the hole again.
Whoa!
Okay.
Good throw. Okay, we need to make a move. If we want these two to count, we need to make a move. Hard! Whoa!
Sarah gets Corey off this one at the end here to get a little curl so they can try and hold
1, 2, 3.
Throw. Okay.
that red rock in the rings. You see they moved it to the back of the 8-foot, but stayed for
Probably
third.
need to go normal.
Okay.
Yes, and rolling in.
Is it double there?
Yeah, well, hit and roll's nicer.
Okay, that's fine.
Scott's recognizing here in the 6th it's go time if possible, down 4.
Yep. Whoa. High roll to get that. Hard. Okay.
So straight.
Where do they not have a triple? If we roll it here, they have a triple. Just nose, they don't.
Let's nose it then.
1 or 2. You like 2?
Yeah. You don't?
Just gotta make sure we stay.
So Sarah wants to just come down and hit this rock right on the nose,
Nice and easy.
therefore forcing Scotland to take 1. She doesn't want to roll for fear of setting up some sort of a triple on those 3 red rocks. So we've seen already how straight these rocks run with a little extra weight, so she has to be real careful.
Whoa. Clean. Whoa. Whoa.
Are you sticking?
Whoa. Yep. Nice shot. Atta girl.
Dead solid perfect for Sarah Anderson.
Nice slide. You scared me.
You told me that we were gonna roll out.
I didn't say we were gonna roll out.
Now with that nose hit, it looks like
What hand?
there's nothing left but to take 1 for Scotland. Alistair Schreiber with the in-turn hit. Trying to just come down and hit the U.S. stone right on the nose.
Nice shot.
Hits it on the nose, ends up on the button, but Scotland can't score multiple points with the hammer. 1 for the Scots, and the U.S. still with a sizable advantage with 2 ends left on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Mixed doubles action tonight on NBCSN Curling Night. The U.S. up 5-2 on Scotland through 7 ends. Curl Misabi and Eveleth, great host for this series this season. 8 sheets in this facility. Building finished in 1998. And our thanks to the club for serving as such generous host throughout this season-long series.
Yep.
Alistair Schreiber working it here to start off N7.
Go, go, go! Yeah, really hard! Go, hard! Bend it, in you go. Okay, that's fine. It's not your fault.
Top 4, which way do you like going? Okay. Top 8's not bad.
Like you. Yeah, it's been perfect.
Issues with weight control continue for the Scots. We see that one a little light, over curling into the guard. Now a chance for Sarah to get one around on the outturn side here and apply a little bit of pressure.
Only weight, clean, line's good, close. Yep. Clean, close, close. Line's great. Top house. Nothing
Really like to keep this kind of high in the house. Top 8 foot,
Yep, a little bit.
just top of the 4 foot.
Beautiful. Whoa. Really nice.
In a very opportunistic game for the United States. Took their 2 with hammer to start off the game in the first. And then a couple of steals of 1 when Scotland wasn't sharp enough in back-to-back ends, the 4th and 5th. The U.S. continuing to hold this lead and work its way towards another victory and another team point for themselves in the mixed competition and for the United States as a whole in the overall team quest to win the American Cup.
No, no. No, no.
Is it through?
No, no. No, 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 no. Okay. Good try.
Unable to get that one through the hole. Weight was pretty close. Maybe a couple of feet heavy. Didn't quite get the amount of curl they wanted.
All right. Weight's close.
Line's good. Whoa. Whoa.
Top 4.
Whoa.
Could be T.
Whoa.
Hair a tick?
Not yet, not
Little
yet.
tick?
It's ticking already.
Good call, sir.
With that tick, that rock ended up in a pretty good place for the American team. You can see it's kind of frozen in that pocket.
Just T weight.
Yeah, I'm same ice with T.
You can see a little trouble here already for Scotland.
Okay, I think we need to go for weight.
Dodd sliding on down. Now sweeping away for the Scots.
Really needs to go.
Yep, yep.
Okay, that's workable. I just tapping our own.
All right. Maybe just a little bit.
Sorry?
That's good.
Okay.
With such good rock position, the Americans could elect to open this up a little bit. Moving the center guard. Sarah just wants Corey to come down with the outturn draw again.
How's line?
Into the pile.
Hard! Hard! Go, 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 go! Yep! Hard line! Yep! Hard!
Oh, it's not awful.
It's okay. Sets it up pretty good.
Sorry about that.
If he keeps that up, he might be able to skip the workout later.
Yeah, that actually turned out pretty good for them. You can see that line of red rocks. That middle rock
That
is
way, and then you go trying to do
kind
the
of in
last.
jail at this point, at least from the right-hand side.
No, you want to hit on nose.
Not a lot available here for the Scots.
Oh, okay.
The U.S. leading, and the potential for a big end. The Scots trying to solve the rock problem. We'll see what they come up with. Coming up. Scotland in a predicament, trailing by 3 with 2 ends left, and a lot of U.S. red rocks in play. Sometimes while you're looking at your game, you're catching the action on another sheet. Rock down there with a lot of heat, as Sarah Anderson described. We'll update you on the other scores and this current draw coming up after we're through here with the Scots and U.S. in mixed double.
Yep. Yep.
Well, some of those red rocks got moving. Trouble is, 2 of the yellows are now out.
Just one?
Yeah, if we get this out, we're sitting.
Yeah, even though they moved some of those reds, they didn't leave the house.
Whatever you think. Is there a possible jam?
We'd have to. I like moving it.
Had to hit this just a little bit thinner to get rid of those back 2.
Is peeling a bad shot?
What?
Is peeling bad?
I like going for this.
Okay.
It might just make that.
If we get the guards, okay.
Yeah. Just come,
If the 2 reds at the back follow the 2 yellow out, it's a decent result for Scotland.
Yeah, it's definitely better, but just spread them out and put them in the back of the house.
Just give me. I'll just sweep it.
Didn't really improve the situation all that much for the Scots. The Americans now with a chance to lie 5.
Oh, yep, yep. Yep. Hard. 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 Go, 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 go. On the guard, get the ball, get the ball.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I agree, not bad. They open this up. Not really leaving Scotland anywhere to go.
If you hit that, that one lies over that one, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they've just got a hit. They'll just have a hit for 2.
Yeah, I know.
I like this. Turn right round here.
Can I even?
Because they have to hit it on. Okay, they could get all of them then.
Is it a little tight?
They may be able to sneak one around those 2 staggered reds and use them as a guard.
It's not really that much of a decision.
I like that.
Yeah.
Even just like here, I like.
Yeah.
Like giving them an edge.
Yeah.
What did you say for that?
Yeah. We have to make sure we're around them.
Yeah.
So not completely buried is probably best here if they can get it about 2/3 of the way around that second red rock. It'll probably take away any short run back for the Americans. Alistair Schreiber just wants to be back 4 foot.
It's looking pretty fast. Coming off big though.
He dropped off. He's not excited about sweeping that. It looks like it's got plenty of weight.
Plenty of weight.
Okay.
But offline, and now the U.S. with a chance to maybe break this thing wide open.
Wait.
Be perfectly.
Yeah, I'd say up at least.
Do you like this way or this way?
A couple light.
Whatever you're most comfortable with,
What do
sir.
you think is best though?
Intern. If we hit this first, we get this on the side. It goes.
So, want to play up weight like this?
Okay. Yeah, sure.
You think it's gonna curl much?
I don't know. Do you want this to slide?
Oh, no, this is
There's
fine.
one down there on the right side of the door.
So it looks like it's just inside the nose.
What's the pro
Hit
side
for
on this?
5 here for Sarah.
I would say inside. Still good. You got it.
Can
Deep
I
breath.
throw a little bit more? I'm throwing up, right?
Yeah, up weight. Feels okay too.
Up 3 already. If they pull this off, it may be curtains for Scotland.
Clean. Yep. 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 Hard. Hard. Whoa. Whoa.
She's close.
Atta girl.
She's got it.
Good game.
A 5 for Team USA, and there's the concession from Scotland. That'll do it right here. A 10-2 tour de force here for Dropkin and Anderson of the U.S. Applaud
USA.
yourself, Corey and Sarah. Well done. Back to wrap it up
Mommy, Dad,
in a moment.
Steven, all my buddies, all family. Love you all.
NBCSN Curling Night in America is being brought to you by the United States Olympic Committee. Get the latest Team USA gear and support our athletes at the same time at teamusashop.com. And by Cryomax 8-Hour Cold Packs, proud sponsor of the USA Curling National Team. The United States took a big swing and made it stand up against Scotland. 10-2 the final in mixed doubles on NBCSN Curling Night in America. Corey Dropkin and Sarah Anderson, maybe their best performance of the tournament. They're standing by with Tanith White.
All right, Sarah, first of all, can you walk us through that final shot?
I mean, it was set up pretty well, and I don't know. I was excited to throw it, so I'm glad it worked out.
Corey, we talked to your coach, Derek Brown, in the middle of the game, and he was talking about all the strategy that you've been working through and how he really saw it coming together in this match. Can you talk a little bit about how things came together for you out there?
Yeah, I mean, a lot of it is about strategy, and it's a lot different than like the regular curling, and there's a lot more stones in play, so it's kind of just getting your stones in a good position to play on it later in the end, and just kind of dominating the front of the house, and so just doing that and making sure we have a good draw weight. That is the most important part, I think, of this game.
And on a side note, somewhere in the second half there, we saw you had a little trouble with your stick. Can you talk about that?
Yeah, it just parts of my broom were starting to break for some reason. I was just moving the rocks around, and next thing I know, there's plastic coming on the ice, and so we just had a technical timeout and got a new broom. Yeah.
Seemed to be no problem, so congratulations and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
It all went well for the United States. Time now for the Team USA Aptacular Shot of the Day. You saw that smile from Sarah in her interview. You don't often get a shot for 5.
Yeah, with a chance to seal the deal here in the 7th end. Sarah has an in-turn hit to count 5, and as she's done throughout most of the game, she makes no mistake.
The clincher for the United States. And a thoroughly impressive 10-2 win. Download the Team USA app for up-to-the-minute news, exclusive behind-the-scenes coverage of your favorite athletes. Visit the Google Play and iTunes Store and download the Team USA app today. Other scores of draw number 8, NBCSN Curling Night. Japan 10, China 2. In mixed doubles, the overall mixed standings, the U.S. with the lead, Anderson and Dropkin in front. And in the team competition, the U.S. on top of the table there as well, with China in second place, Scotland and Japan with 1 draw left. In our next show, to change the outcome, can the U.S. hang on to the overall lead and bring home the American Cup? We'll see Jamie Sinclair and the Team USA women prominently, but action as well from Dropkin and Anderson in mixed, John Schuster and the American men too. The final edition will decide the overall champion of this 4-country competition. You won't want to miss it when we see you another night for the next NBCSN Curling Night in America. For our crew this time, and Pete Benson and Tanith White, this is Jason Knapp saying so long from Kurl Masabi in Evelyn, Minnesota.